That's pretty fast.
Rock on.
Hopefully that's the real thing. I'll
Yeah, let's
mute
see.
myself as soon as this video pops open. It's gonna pop open randomly. I'm all sweaty. I'm shiny. Jesus, Jerry, you should have told me that I was shiny.
It's pretty and shiny. I love it. It's just the light from you got too much,
I got
natural
too much
light
light.
flowing in, man. That's what's
Oh,
going on.
yep,
Just
that's what's going
natural.
on. All right, let me share this link to the Discord.
Go for it. We're both muted. These are rolling. Beer Geek, what's up, man?
That coffee beat me to it, Kaija. Damn it!
Is that right? That's great. Way to go.
Oh, I just spent like a 40 seconds.
Great. What's up, Glenn?
All right,
Sammy, Blake. Come on.
we
What's
got
up,
going. We got a bunch of
guys?
people in there already. Well, look at
In the
that.
chat, we're rolling.
Got JT, Beer Geek,
Yeah, man.
Lino. We got Sammy already. What's up, Nate?
Sammy,
Desperado.
in there.
Oh shit.
It's good to see you guys. It's been 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks.
Man, it is good to Jerry. It's good to stream with you, and it's good to connect with the chat. It's good to have a Friday night sesh going again.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you and everybody who's showing up to doing it early for my sake. That was my request. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No problem, Jerry. We're gonna make it earlier from now on, so that you can hear more of my daytime traffic, and then you don't have to go to bed at 3 in the morning when we're done streaming. So you can have some hours, and I'll just get high earlier in the afternoon. It's not a problem. I live in California, right?
That's right. That's right, man. That'll work. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I've been trying to wake up earlier and get things rolling earlier, and then those late Friday nights ruin my weekend. You spend the whole weekend recovering from one night. That's how old I am these days. I'm not 18 anymore. So
For real, man. For real.
right?
Sometimes our Friday night streams get a little crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
after sesh.
yeah, crazy and late and all that stuff.
It's
All
good
that
times.
stuff. Yeah,
So
man.
tonight, Jerry, I wanna talk about some vapes that get hated on, like the packs.
Uh-huh.
People hate on the packs. People hate on a bunch of vapes. I wanna talk about vape hate. I want to talk about the packs and why people hate it, and
Yeah.
because it's almost controversial. Like, you talk about vapes on Reddit or on the forums or on Fuck Combustion, and somebody will bring up the packs inevitably, and there will be people that immediately shit on it, like regardless of context or the user intent. And then there'll be other users who, despite their full on vast, their adoration of all these other vaporizers, they still use their packs and they love it. It's bliss to them. I've met people with 10, 15 vapes, and they still carry their packs when they go out. They
Mm-hmm.
still use it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people hate on the PAX 3 so much, do you think?
Well, I mean, I've got my own hate-love story with the packs. Starts in the hate side, ends up in the dig side. So, I mean, I've been there. I feel like I kind of led the charge on some of that hate packs back in the day. I mean, the thing came out like 7 years ago. And I can tell you for me, when it came out, I wasn't a fan for a couple reasons. One is um, the biggest thing was it came out right about when the Solo did. It was about 7 years ago, I think. And so we had the Solo, which was actually a really good vape, and it was doing things off the wall as far as not being plugged in that nothing else did. And then PAX came out about the same time, and they brought really big marketing to the vapes. I mean, they were the first ones to come in with a $40 million budget and go, "This is the best vaporizer." And at a time when we had spent 5 years trying to convince people that there is no best vaporizer and we got to find the right one for you. And then here comes in this loud voice that it's all anybody heard for 4 years was that's the best vaporizer because their marketing was so successful. So, and hats off to them. They did great as an enthusiast. I hated it. Didn't even want to try it. The technology was not as sophisticated as the Solo, yet it was more money. I was like, this is, all the things that went down. And at the end of the day, if you'll give me one more minute here, I started working with Planet of the Vapes, and I had to write about it. And I did not want to write about it. I was like, come on, man, really? So, well, that by then it's the PAX 2 and 3. The PAX 1 had some issues that was warranted some hate, but the PAX 2 and 3 are good vapes. And I finally pulled them up and started using them. I was like, shit. I mean, like, okay, they actually do things I never gave them credit for. And it got to the point, dude, where Christmas a year and a half ago, I was going out with some friends and I looked at this shelf right here and I thought, what would work good for a group of 4 people that'll have a big oven that's easy to talk about. And I thought, fuck, I'll just take the Pax. It'll be perfect. And I was like, I can't believe I'm grabbing a Pax off this shelf after all these years of me thinking, what the fuck? So there's my long and short of it of Pax hate.
No, but that's for real. I mean, and I think the enthusiasts like to hate the most on the packs
Mm-hmm.
because they know what else is out there,
Oh yeah.
and they know that the packs isn't going to be the best device for their cannabis consumption unless they're in that environment where they have 5 of their friends who also want to get a little buzz and they're out and about somewhere and they don't have a vape big enough or small enough to conceal because the packs is tiny. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
palm of my hand, the crevice up my ass. You know, this thing, you can hide this thing. Could
Yeah.
probably hide 2 of them if I really wanted to. You know,
Yeah.
and the bowl is big enough to pack what, like a half gram in there if you pack it tight.
Yeah.
So you pack a half gram in there. You go out with your friends to a concert or whatever. You can turn this on, and 4 or 5, 6 people can pass it around. Nobody's gonna struggle to get a good hit from the packs unless they don't know where the mouthpiece is. That's what I found. You know, like they're like, "How do you fucking do this thing?"
Sucking on the oven. It's hot, man.
Like everybody, even if they do like a mouth to lung hit, you know, like, "Oh, I just went a little bit," and they go like that, you know. If they do that, they still get a hit with the packs.
Mm-hmm.
If I give them the tiny mite or something like that, they're not gonna get dick. They're not
Yeah.
gonna get anything from it. But this
Yeah.
thing, you can pass it around to a bunch of noobs, and as long as they know where to put their mouth, they're gonna get something. And they'll get
I
enough to
agree,
get a
man.
buzz.
That's kind of why I grabbed it that night, and no, Sammy, you're right, man. You said that was scandalous picking it up that night. I felt a little part of my soul died that night. Like when I grabbed that Pax around and I was like, can't believe I'm leaving with a Pax. I mean, I could whip out any of these really cool full-on convection vapes and blow their mind, but I was like, yeah, but then I gotta fucking get into it. I just want to hand them a vape and we carry on with our conversation, man. So it was just crazy that I had done that, man. I was really surprised. So yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But no, and who said this? Who's in here? Somebody in this thing, Gleno77. That's exactly how I do it, man. When I found out with the PAX 3, my favorite way to hit it is on that efficiency mode because it'll do a really good job of just chilling with you for as long as you want. The shutoff timer on this thing is not one of those cheesy 5 minutes, but I'm not done yet timers. It pays attention to me and what I'm doing. And when you put on efficiency mode, it gives you a little more time. And I really, I'll pack up a third of a gram in here and just let it sit there for 20, 30 minutes as I ease into it. And that night that I took it out with the gang, I took it out with one of these little, just one of these little tight vacs that's even, you know, semi bigger than the packs in a lot of ways. And I didn't need a grinder, dude, because you know me, I'll throw a whole nugget in here. So I was just pulling big chunks off my nuggets, cramming it in there, slamming it in, and passing it around. It worked
Do
great,
you
man. This is
do
a
you
good one
throw
with nuggets.
the whole nugs into the packs as well?
Oh yeah, man. Because all you do is pack them in there. It's no different than grinding and packing. You can grind and pack, or you can put a whole nugget in there and pack. But one way or another, you're just packing it in there, trying to get it to touch everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I don't grind very. In fact, I don't know why I ground this time. Probably because I was already high. Like I'm grinding for
I
this.
do the same thing with like when you're talking about carrying the packs, like when I go to like a family Thanksgiving
Huh?
or something like that, I'll carry the packs. I'll carry those PAX pods. I'll pack all those PAX pods
Oh, great
up
idea.
and carry like 5 of them because I know that all of my vaping is going to be, somebody's going to want to hit and they may not want to share the mighty, or I may not want to share the mighty. Because
Right.
like I'll pull the mighty out and I'll take 5 or 6 hits from it, and then someone will come along and like, oh, let me get a hit from that, and it's like, it's spent now. Like, but if you want to load a fresh one, the PAX isn't like that. The PAX is like you pack a bunch of weed in there and it tastes kind of the same. Like you may get some terpy hits in the beginning, but the bowl tastes on the spent roasty side for the duration of the session for the most part. And I think that's probably where enthusiasts don't see the user use case packs. They just draw the line on the vapor. They're like,
Right.
well, I get so much better vapor from the Tiny Mite or the Tetra or the Mighty or the Solo. The Pax Vapor sucks. It's a 10-minute session and it's slow sipping conduction vapor.
Mm-hmm.
I can get higher faster with a different vape.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'd rather hit a Stores and Bickle vape all day long. But that particular night, the Mighty was too big, the Crafty battery was too weak, and the Pax didn't have any of those issues. You know what I mean? I mean, I was like, shit, here's a real place for it, and there's a reason why. And damn it, sorry, Crafty. Because I was gonna roll with this thing, and I sure as fuck did, man. I kept packing it and packing it and packing it. I packed it till it was done. Like I ran the battery out. We had a good time. I'm getting done with that, man. What's happening in the chat over there, man?
Oh, nothing. I was dealing with something different. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh, right on.
Trying to edit the video so it's the latency isn't all weird.
Gotcha.
It's lagging out for me.
Well, my Pax is packed. I'm ready to pack the Pax. I'm ready to turn
Ready
it
to pack
on.
a packs? I'm gonna pack a packs.
Yeah, is yours packed yet? Did you pack your Pax
Oh.
yet? Okay, you pack your Pax. Mine's already packed. Can you pack a Pax? Peter
Let me-
Pepper, pack the Pax.
Let me pick a nug to pack my packs.
Pick a pack a Pax.
I'm just gonna vape one nug during this session, Jerry. So
Sweet. Is it the stuff you grew? Yes, just fucking cram that thing in there. You can do it.
a little homegrown loving.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Oh, get a little stem dangling from there.
Stem dangling. Got the dingleberry sound to it. Stem dangling. Yeah, there you go.
All right, this will be my nug for this session. I'm gonna go ahead and get this session started. Are you vaping already, or?
Nah, I figured I'd wait for you if you're gonna pack it up.
Okay.
I don't even know what mode. I'm doing the PAX 3, by the way. What are you doing?
I'm also vaping on my PAX 3.
I'm gonna set it up for that mode we just talked about, the efficiency mode.
Do you still have the app on your phone?
Oh, I went as soon as app did that, I said, fuck you, and I went to Android, so I'm still in business. Yeah,
Oh, there you
playing
go.
around.
I'm pretty
Fuck
sure I
no.
still have the app on my iPhone, but I don't know if I care enough to look for it right now.
Nah, I'm with you, man. All right, let's see what I get here when I turn this on and shake, shaky, shaky.
I don't know if you saw, Jerry, but I moved. I'm in a new house.
Dude, tell me all about that. Is it way bigger? I know you've got more room where you are now.
It's a lot bigger. It's a lot nicer. It's in a nicer neighborhood. I did a tour on Instagram yesterday. I saved it to IGTV, so if you wanna catch a tour of my house, you have to suffer through a dab. I did a really massive glob, and it plowed me yesterday, like right at the beginning of the session, right before the
Did you
tour.
do Rio?
Yeah, I did a big glob in the Rio, and it put its hand up my ass and it tickled my
It did what it does, man.
yeah, man. It was an intense dab. I don't know.
That's funny.
Must have been the first dab of the day. So I'm using a New Vape accessory, and New Vape is one of those companies and brands that
Oh yeah, right on.
is in my hate group because of what they did to me. But I still use this product because it makes the packs better. You can get these little vented oven lids on Amazon for like $10 or something.
Oh really? Who makes those for $10?
Just somebody who
Just somebody
copied
on Amazon, or
and put it on Amazon.
with the pusher, or just the
Yeah,
the
both.
vented lid?
There's both options. You can get it with the little adjustable PAX pusher, which is what I like. That way, instead of the oven lid, which
Yeah.
can you show your oven lid, because I can't find my oven lid.
Yeah, I'm rolling with
So this one's adjustable. Like I can thread it down. So if I want to do a full oven, or if I want to do like a
a PAX pusher, baby.
pusher, yeah.
I like that thing.
So there with the oven, I'm like, is it gonna focus?
Oh yeah, nice. That's the way you do it. I'm already hitting this thing because I couldn't get the damn thing to pair. So it's cooking for a good minute while I was trying to get fucking pair.
What temperature are you on?
Level 3.
Cool, that's what I'm gonna be on as well, level 3. I will say the interface is simple enough to remember,
Mm-hmm.
and easy enough to be like novel and classy and unique. You know, it's not the typical like buttons. You know, the 5 click Chinese, you click it 5 times, turn it on. You know, like sometimes that gets cheesy.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
tired of it, man.
it's nice to have something a little more designed. And there's only so many designs you can do for buttons and interfaces. You know,
That's true. That's
all
true.
the with all the vapes on the market, there's only so many that can be different. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. Yeah, no, they did a lot of thought into that, and that's one of the things is I like the control scheme. It's not intuitive, but it makes sense. It's easy, and once you get it, you pretty much got it. Yeah, you saw it did that to you. Mine did it too.
That was a great hit. That was I since I've been sorry, let me start that sentence over because
Go for it.
I mixed the words up in my head. When when you sent me the Starry to review and you told me instead of treating it like a PAX and packing it super tight, just pack it like normal, like fill your bowl and then just smush it down in there so it's got enough tightness to conduct. I've been doing that, and now with the clean packs, it actually tastes quite a bit better than I remember the packs tasting.
How'd you pack that one?
Like you taught me to pack the Starry.
That's
That was
hilarious.
that was a mouth to lung hit, by the way. So it was quite a bit of vapor from it.
I'm packing this the way you do, which is tight and full and mash it in, just taking little sips. And I'm still drawing pretty longer than normal, but that's funny. So we're trying each other's gig, man. Yeah, because I remember that you were like, oh, you know what? It was the Aria, is what it was. Is the Aria? You liked the Aria, and I thought it sucked. And it was weird because it's just a Starry with a different mouthpiece. But what they did is they ripped out all the cooling on the mouthpiece that I was working with them for so long to get cool. And I was like, I can't even hit it anymore. And it's because I was packing it like you just did yours,
Okay.
where I was pulling really fast. And then when I it was so funny, man. I think I told you this. You told me, you said, no, I like the Aria better. And I was like, there's no fucking way. So I went and I packed them both and I had them side by side. I went down there and I sat down next to my wife and I'm picking one. I'm going, there's no fucking way he likes this thing better. It sucks. And then I realized, oh, it's because you pack it tight and you don't take the same draw that I do. So the cooling thing doesn't come into the same way. When you just take little puffs, you don't need all that cooling as you do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though, because I'm packing it the other way though. But I'm hitting it different. I don't think the way that people say you have to use the packs, I don't think that's really the truth, man. Like people like you gotta grind really fine and you gotta pack it tight like a puck. It seems like the packs works even if you pack it loose. Like, it just doesn't work that great, but you don't have to pack it like a fucking small Freightliner luggage. You know, you don't have to cram it in there so tight.
Yeah.
You really don't.
You put a nug in that one, right?
No, I put ground,
Okay. You got to get a nug in it soon.
but I didn't like pack it down. What I used to do is I used to fill the bowl, smush it down in there, and then fill it again, and then smush it down in there again. This time I just filled it lightly and smushed it down in there once, and then put the pack pusher in.
I have a theory about how these things work. Yeah, I know it's a basic conduction vaporizer, motherfucker, but I have a theory anyhow. And it's that I don't think these things are conduction vaporizers. I think they're radiation vaporizers. And herb is a shitty conductor. It's an insulator. So when you put that herb in there and you put it against the oven, the shit right on the oven gets touched and is conducting. But those hot walls radiate heat through the weed, I think, quicker than the heat kind of conducts through from the oven. And so when the Da Vinci Ascent, when the Ascent came out, remember that all glass oven, glass air path, gorgeous fucking vape came out. I was really having fun dicking around with learning about that thing. This is when it first came out. And I took a whole nugget because I was packing nuggets back then all the time, and I was packing nuggets, and then it was great, and I could get the nuggets to come out black, and I'm like, oh, this conduction's fucking up, and I went, well, let's see. So I took a nugget, and I wrapped it. It was a smaller nugget, and I wrapped it gently in hemp fiber, not like mashed up, so that it was all. I just really like gently, so it was touching, but not like full on. And then I gently put it into the bowl of the Ascent and I vaped it and I got vapor, good vapor. And when I was done, I opened it up and it was fully fucking dark cooked like a conduction vape without touching any of the sidewalls. I was like, no, mother, that's crazy. So I don't know, man. I think that that's why I think that you can just throw a nugget in there and it doesn't even matter if it's touching the walls, it'll rattle around and get radiated too, or just, I don't know. So
Yeah, well, I think there's definitely radiant heat, especially I've been talking about radiant heat for a while with the VAP cap especially. But I mean, with conduction, it doesn't necessarily need to be touching the walls. It just needs to be touching. Like if you smush a nug in there and each little flower cell is touching another cell, the heat will conduct through all of the cells that are touching, plus radiate. Yeah.
yeah, I don't, that's why I'm saying that that whole shit about grinding and packing it tight was an effort to get the herb as conducting, touching as possible. And if it's really radiating through, then that doesn't matter. You can just throw a nugget in there. You don't have to pack it really tight. You can do the thing that you're doing with the looser pack, and it'll still, so
So you can get better vapor out of a conduction vape by allowing it to radiate more, and instead of forcing it into full conduction with a puck pack, kind of like a hybrid vape, where it's part conduction, part convection.
yeah,
Actually, in this sense, a hybrid vape like the Mighty is actually part conduction, part convection, part radiant again.
yeah.
The three-way. That's why it's
Ooh,
great.
it's a tribrid. Who came up with hybrid? We fucked that one up a while back.
Because it's a tribrid.
Yeah. We came up with hybrid with the boundless.
Is that when that term came about?
That's how I remember it. We would go back and look, but I remember that when Boundless came out with their first vape, the CF and CFX,
That was advertised as a convection.
advertised convection,
Yeah.
and then the videos came out on Reddit where it was just clearly conducting right out of the fucking thing. And I had some on the way to me en route, and I was like, "Look, guys, they said it's convection. Um, I've got a line in and they're saying it, but clearly this video says one thing. I'm gonna tell you what it is, but when it gets here, but I'm also just gonna evaluate it on the vape. I really don't kind of give a shit. I just want to know if it's a good vape or not. And when I got the vape, I was really impressed with how hard it hit for a little portable. That I mean, there weren't many out like that. So I was like, this is actually way better than I thought it was going to be. And so they said it was conducting and convection and high and so no, they say convection. I can basically do this thing's conducting all day long. You need to just change your marketing. You'll be fine because it's a great vape. Just change your fucking marketing. And then I don't remember. They may have been the first ones to put hybrid on a box, but I remember in that thread we talked about it. We're like, it's kind of like a mix of the two. It's kind of like a hybrid. And I don't remember who came up with it. We were all just kind of talking about it in the thread, and then they kind of ran with that hybrid shit. And the funny thing is now, a good 5 years, 4 years later, after I went in and started dropping temp probes and all these vapes and classifying them the way I like to classify them, and you and I have talked about the different way we classify them. I now classify the CF and CFX as conduction. They're more of a robust conduction, but their conduction, there's very little, if any, convection going on, based on the way I classify convection conduction hybrids. So that's kind of the first time that I actually liked a conduction vape was that fucking CFX. Damn, I lost my power. I lost my power main. Let me change it to 4 now. We're gonna go to 4.
I just gave my packs a stir. Got a few more good hits from it, but the bowl is toast. I'm gonna dump it and reload. You mentioned Boundless.
Nugget, get a nugget. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
Got a
ahead.
bunch of hate. Boundless has haters. Since we're talking about vape hate,
Right.
Boundless definitely gets some hate, and I think it's a different kind of hate. I think some people hate Boundless more of like the fanboy gone wrong type of hate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I have
yeah.
haters, I think Boundless haters are more like my haters, less like PAX haters. Like PAX haters love vapes, they just hate the PAX, and they hate it when they see people buying a PAX. boundless haters like have bought into boundless already, and then they got burned, or they got boundless did something that they disagree with, or that they don't would have done differently, and then they're hating on that.
Boundless has earned their haters. They've had some goofs on some of their releases, so I can't blame anybody who's a hater on Boundless. You know what I mean? I mean, they really have. But um, I've always thought that the company and the crew always responded appropriately and came back with a better product every single time. I'm fine with that. Like, I mean, I kind of treat the companies like I do people, man. I mean, we're all going to fuck up. And as long as you fix your fuck up and own it, I'm cool. We can keep rolling. And Boundless has always done that every time. And I'm cool with that, you know? So, but yeah, they've earned some of the hate.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. They've had some shitty situations, and they weren't handled all that properly. I think they're doing much better now that some of those people have moved on. But yeah, I think the haters are still there because
Well, I know
when I go out and say like that I like the Boundless Terra, people are like, you like Boundless? It's like, yeah, I get there are boundless haters in my circle, like in my following.
I can tell you, Planet of the Apes, there's a lot of Boundless fans. I mean, we try to report on everything they do because they, they we sell a lot of Boundless vapes, and a lot of people keep getting them. Here's what Boundless does that I think is cool. They kind of, with the CF and the CFX and the Terra, you know, the ones that are good vapes that you and I both like, they really hit a groove where they hit their style. The CF, you know, is supposed to stand for Cloud Factory, and those motherfuckers blow out clouds. So, and they came out with the CF CFX. They were fucking cloud factories. So, you know, they had some things like the CFV that you know, could never really hit the cloud level, but it did do the convection thing. It just didn't hit the cloud level.
Yeah,
But I tell people all the time, like when they're trying to pick between a vape, I say, hey, if you really like a punchy vape and you're looking at a certain price range, the Boundless is a great way to go. I mean, they design vapes to hit hard and appeal to smokers.
that's what I say too. And the CF and the CFX both have really big bowls. Like it'll hold zero point 0.3 easily, zero
Easy.
point 0.5 if you get in there if you really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means, like for me as somebody who's all often and all the time, that bowl is too big, because by the time the entire bowl is thoroughly extracted, the vapor turns to a beyond being pleasant taste, and I still want to vape it because there's obviously still good things in there. So a smaller bowl usually works better for people who are vaping constantly, but for smokers who need to get high from a vape that, you know, the small bowl that satisfy them, you're still smoking. The CF will vape a bunch of weed, and it's kind of guaranteed to get them high because you're vaping like zero point 0.3 plus in a bowl.
Yeah, you're not kidding, man. That's true. The smokers like those big. If you can get them with some with a big oven, you got a better chance of stoking them. So I'm with you on that, man.
And it's kind of like the packs where you don't have to know how to hit it. You just hit it. If you do mouth to lung, you get vapor. If you take a big lung buster, you get a lot of vapor.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's a good ratio. You know, it's not like riding a unicycle where you got to learn how to do it for a while. SSV, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, you know, it came out at a time when there weren't many portables. So most of us that were vaping had desktop vapes, and they were all convection, and we were not going to have it with this little conduction vaporizer being the big bad boy. So, um, yeah, I think long term the deep hate comes from just that kind of stuff. At least that's what I witnessed and what I thought. But no, I definitely I've come to really appreciate conduction vapes now. And they have a place not just for me, but for certain types of vaporists. That's all that's really going to do well for them. I say, you know, you've heard me say it before that anybody who doesn't have powerful lungs and really can only take little sips or short little breaths, and it's not going to do anything more than 3 or 4 seconds, you should have a conduction vaporizer because you'll enjoy every sip. Whereas a convection vaporizer, you won't like any hits; they'll all suck. So it's just kind of built for them. And honestly, the funny thing is, my favorite. I mean, since I can have anything, you know, and I'm not limited by the budget on these things. My favorite conduction vaporizer is the IQ2. I really like DaVinci vapes, man. When I do them side by side with Pax, and I've done it several times, and every time I do, I think the DaVinci tastes a little better. Um, Otherwise, they're real similar. You know, they both hit kind of the same market, same price point, same warranty, same tech. You know, they kind of go head to head. But yeah, I love the IQ lineup, man. Those things are good.
I would actually say that the IQ tastes a lot better than the PAX. Additionally, the IQ has that vapor flavor chamber, which
Mhm.
when I first got the IQ, I kind of thought it was a little bit of a marketing spin, saying that you could put herbs or nugs or spices or whatever in there to supplement or add to your flavor. I
You
thought it
did a
was.
whole video doing that,
I
right?
did. I did. At their request, they requested that.
How'd you like it? Give me the cliff notes, because
I,
I don't know
I
many people
It
that have
changed
done
my
that.
mind. It changed my mind. I expected to provide objective opinions about the tastes that it added, and then say like this was a big fucking waste. Like I don't know why you do this, or I didn't like this. But there were like three of those things that I tried that I genuinely liked, and my original IQ when I moved here when I unpacked it when I packed it, it still had cloves in the flavor chamber
Oh,
because when you
wow.
put cloves in the flavor chamber, it smells and tastes similar to like a clove cigarette, and it changes the smell of when you're vaping weed to also smell more like a clove cigarette. So if I'm walking around vaping weed in the IQ with those cloves in the flavor chamber, people will be like, somebody's smoking a clove cigarette instead of somebody's smoking weed.
Nice.
Crazy.
It tasted a lot like cloves, or was it a mix, or how'd that go
It's a
for you?
mix. It's a mix. And some strains taste really good with it, and some strains not so much. I also really like the hibiscus flower, like a dried hibiscus
Ooh.
flower, because it made the weed taste like cherry. Made it taste like
Oh,
cherry.
that's awesome. So
Yeah.
hibiscus, clove, what else were your faves? One more?
There were some other ones like chamomile was nice. I remember
Uh-huh.
chamomile making me relaxed. What were the other ones? Hibiscus and cloves were the two that really like I'm gonna do this again. Like I
All
saved it.
right.
Like I made sure not throw away. Star anise was interesting.
Oh, I'll bet, because I love that in my tea. I'll bet that's really good. And that's what I'm going to do now. What do you do with that? Do you put chunks in there? Or I mean,
Just
what are you doing?
break them up enough to fit inside the flavor chamber. You'll get
Just
that
breaking them up,
licorice taste. Yeah.
hand breaking them up, cramming them in there full, not packing it, rattle, packed, what?
I mean, with the cloves, I filled it up. I filled it up until it wouldn't hold anymore.
Okay. You're not worried about airflow when you do that shit, I guess, huh?
Yeah, not really. Yeah, lavender. You can do lavender.
How about mint? Did you ever like mint?
I don't know that I tried mint. I tried some that hurt. Like I tried some that like it made it really itchy and
Hmm.
like, oh, that's probably not good. You know, like curry. I tried curry.
Oh, fuck that.
Curry
Wow.
leaves.
Okay. How about eucalyptus? Did you get any of that in there? Did you like
I did
that?
try eucalyptus. I even tried fresh eucalyptus. I bought some from the
Ooh.
store to see if it was any different. But
Yeah.
since I live in Southern California and there's eucalyptus everywhere, but no koala bears. What the fuck?
Koala bear. We're getting ripped, man. What the fuck? Man, I remember thinking at one point way back, like when they first started doing extracts and really making tanks of them, and I was like, dude, when they start making them taste like he says, I am not interested. Fuck that. I want my shit to taste like weed. I fucking like it that way. And just this fucking month, I got two strains or two carts. Um, One of them tastes like strawberries, the other tastes like pineapple. It's some kind of extra shit they're adding to it. And I love it. Oh, shit.
Damn it.
I know, man. I'm like, fuck, they got me. So anyhow, yeah,
It's okay to
I'm
change your
curious about
mind.
the flavor chamber now, especially if you said the star anise. I'm gonna get some of that. That'd be great, man.
Yeah.
Well, I just put some nugs in here. I'm gonna go to town on my nugs. So,
You want to go to town on your nugs?
are you ready? Did you put nugs or did you grind it?
I'm still using the ground. I've done nugs in the packs. I remember trying it.
All right, well, I'm doing it.
You can do that. You're a nug man. Damn, there's a lot of fucking noise in my neighborhood today.
Yeah, no kidding. And that white light, it's looking good on you, man. You got that glow. I don't hear a whole lot of noise though.
Oh, you're not hearing it?
Nah,
I got a new
nah.
bong. You see my new bong?
Oh, that's cool. What that's new? Or is that one you just found when you moved or what?
It it's new. I got it as a gift from Randy at Puff It Up.
It's pretty cool, man. I like it. Is
Yeah.
it 14 millimeter?
Yeah, 14 millimeter, little straight fab with some green lacy glass. I'm not sure what the
The thing in the middle, the green part that's in there, the can inside, that doesn't do anything functionally right. That's just cool looking.
this
The front,
part.
yeah.
Technically, it does. It changes the way the bubbles travel up because it's a Swiss perk. So it doesn't create more bubbles, but it makes the bubbles travel further up.
Let me see. This sounds great. Is it ready? Oh, right on. That looks great. That thing was ready for you. All right, cool, man.
So it's similar. I don't have them there on my shelf. But you know my usual straight fab, the big bong that I use. It's the same perk, the little Swiss perk.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I love the way it hits. It's perfect for dry herb, man. It's got a nice chugless flow. You know, it's not like do 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 do. It's just like it's like a nice smooth,
Yeah.
like a six-cylinder engine rather than a Harley Davidson.
I'm not a fan of the chug. Uh, I grew up on a Mobius matrix, which is the purr of purrs. And now if I'm gonna have a vape, if I have a bubbler, I struggle because I really like that purr. But what's funny is when I get something with that purr next to a chugger, bottom line is I do not like the way the chugger pulls, but it tastes way better. Fucking drives me nuts. So now I'm trying to find the perfect how far away from the chug do you have to get to not lose flavor. I'm
It's a
not
fun
sure if
experiment.
it's yeah. It would be a lot of fun. I need more perks than I have. I have a good 3 or 4 hole perk. And then I've got, just the straight up perk. And then I've got some shower heads and some bird cages and shit. That thing's crushing it, man.
Yeah, I forget how well the PAX does on a bong. I mean, it's not ripping. It's not ripping like the SSV 43. It's not ripping like the Terra. But if I didn't know any better, you know, like if this was my only weed vape, and I liked smoking through a bong, this would be damn fun.
It would be good. You're good to
This
go,
would
man.
be damn fun, and I could carry this, could work as a mouthpiece. You know, it's not the Terra, but I think what happens is enthusiasts hate on the packs because they forget that the people that are buying the packs don't know as much as they do. You know,
Hmm.
it's like they learned that the PAX isn't right for them, therefore the PAX isn't right. But that's not necessarily the way we look at it.
In a lot of ways, we enthusiasts back in the day have done a disservice to the industry by chasing this convection unicorn portable and poo-pooing on the conduction ones that hit all of the other check boxes. They just don't vape it the way I want it to. And if I could decide to just vape a little differently, I'd love the damn thing. And then turns out, fucking 6 years later, we start to get these convection ones that we've been asking for, and the people are doing it. And I don't know, man. It's not exactly what I was looking for. And now
Yeah,
I'm like, I like the mighty better.
it's true. It's true,
Yeah.
and I think that it sucks. But now I understand a bit why. Like when I met so many different vape manufacturers and started consulting with them and talking with them about how to improve their vaporizers, so many of them like paid no attention to the enthusiasts community or
Mm.
their opinions like at all. Like they would rather just create 10 different vaporizers and put them all on the market and then see which ones sell the most or sell the least and then redesign the best selling ones 10 times over and over again. They would rather do that than try to figure out what the fuck is going on in the enthusiast space, or at least
Yeah.
the ones I talk to anyway. They're unique individuals who make vapes, you know, as like a person or as a small team, and they're different, you know. They're in the community and they're reading up, but a lot of the Chinese vape manufacturers, they're not designing around our hate for the packs. But the enthusiasts' preference for convection certainly had to have had a sway in the vape society.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, look at all the people that were chasing it. I mean, we had Ghost and Square and a host of, small garage built vapes and 510 Addies, and every fucking one of them struggles with cooling the vapor and tunneling. You know what I mean? To some extent, I can make every one of them, and some of them more than others. Now we're starting to get to where I do have one or two vapes that do it better than others finally. And so I'm excited about that. But nevertheless, I, I hate to say it because okay, well, we're talking vape hate, so let's talk a little vape hate. Um, I feel like in my 12-year journey of fucking with all the vapes and starting with these, and most people start with a volcano and do all these and don't go very far. And I started with avoid the volcano impacts. So I ended up with all this stuff. And when I finally got the volcano, I was like, fuck, okay, this works. And yeah, there's things I don't like about it, but it works really well. And so Stores and Bickle just is another one that makes really good vapes, but they're usually really expensive and they're made of plastic and they don't have any glass. They don't care about that kind of air path stuff. And whereas people don't look at it and go, oh, they made a vape that won't break. You know what I mean? Yeah, they tend to, well, why they using aluminum? And so they get a lot of hate too on that. But it took me a while to come around to those as well. I mean, it was just, I think it took me 6 years of vaping before I got a volcano.
Because of the Stores and Bickle hate.
Mostly because of the money. Like my
Oh,
first vape was going to be a
uh,
volcano until I saw the price tag. I was like, fuck, $600. And the Extreme just came out for 300, and I was like, that'll work. It's got more stuff and half the price.
yeah, yeah. I see a lot of people hating on the Mighty, especially in the enthusiast space. There are people on FC and on Vape Life and on Reddit who are anti-Mighty, anti-plastic. You know, like
Well, what are the complaints about the Mighty other than plastic?
well, they're not logical. So forgive me for not for struggling to remember them. But I hear people say that it hasn't been updated in 4 years, or it's been out for 5 years,
Hmm.
and they don't want to buy it now because they're fearful that a new one will come out right away.
Well, it's a legitimate periodic hate. I can
Yeah,
see that.
but I mean, from my standpoint, it's like even if a new vape comes out, even if the Mighty Plus comes out tomorrow or next week, that just means that the Mighty is what the number two portable on the market because the Stores and Bickle sold the Crafty out like until what just recently, right? They finally sold out of the Crafty. They're not
This
making it.
year, this year, yeah, it's the Crafty Plus only this year. Yeah.
It's weird that Arizer still makes the Air and the Solo when the
Man,
Air 2
those
is
things
Solo 2.
sell.
Is that why though?
Do you
Like,
know you can get a solo any day of the week for like $105 to $110? That is a fucking value.
yeah,
I go, wow, $110 to get. I mean, because what I do, every now and then I'll line up all the vapes and do a price category comparison thing. And every time I get the $100 to $150 price point, The Solo crushes them all, man. It's just like, oh damn, it's such a better vape than those. So that I think that's the reason why. But shit, it could be even less than that. I mean, it's been out forever, man. You know.
It seems like the the Air and the Solo OGs being on the market would cannibalize the Air 2 and the Solo 2's potential.
It's interesting which ones get cannibalized. The Solo 2 is the best seller by far that I can see. And the Argo, in my opinion, is the best one. I think that's the one everybody should buy. And if I were a riser, I would can the Air one all day long. I'd have the Solo for cheap ones. I'd have the Argo for everybody. And then people are just going to be pissed if you get rid of the Solo too. So you got to keep it. But that Argo is my fave, man.
I like the Solo too. Like the thing will vape like 13 bowls per charge. It's nuts. It defies science sometimes. It just doesn't get me high. Like I can sit here and vape on the Solo 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bowls, and it's like, what's
That's
happening?
that's what it'll take, man. They're little bowls.
They're little bowls, and it vapes slow on the slow side. It takes 10 minutes to vape with those risers for me.
Yeah, it'll take me 20. I mean, it's 8 minutes a bowl. I'm gonna go through 2 or 3 bowls. I'm with you. Yeah, I hear you on that, man.
And I
But
don't,
but
I don't want to hate on the riser because the riser makes great products. I just hate that they don't get me high anymore.
yeah, I mean, and that's our fault. I mean, anybody who's normal is gonna love the bowl size, but anybody who gets into tolerance isn't. Guys like you and I are gonna have nothing to do with it. I used to tell people all the time with the Magic Flight launch box. Like I'd get somebody saying, "Yeah, well, I got the Magic Flight. I'm looking for something else." I go, "Why are you looking for something else first?" And I go, "I don't know. They just want something else." I go, "Do you like your Magic Flight?" And they go, "Yeah." And I go, "Then don't ever get another vape in your life because there'll be things you don't like about the Magic Flight anymore. If that vape's, I mean, because man, it's so cool. It's the smallest thing ever, and it's on demand, and it's all these cool fucking
On
things."
paper, right?
Yeah.
It's tiny. It
Mm-hmm.
holds a bunch of weed.
Mm-hmm.
You can get high as balls. It's on demand.
Yeah.
You got to learn a special technique to
Mm-hmm.
do it, but once you really learn it with the Magic Flight, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like the Magic Flight is still a really really valid vape when used like in the key combination method, like the little stacked hits. I can still get damned high from my Magic Flight.
Yeah, yeah, especially me because I like to overdo it. So, one thing about charring is it does fuck you up. I'm not complaining when I char. That's funny. But so the stores and Bickle thing, what I hated is that after I finally got the convection vape that I wanted, and I finally started enjoying the conduction vapes a little bit, I realized, fuck, man, it's really what I've always wanted was what the Mighty did, which is it's easy to use, it's easy to pass around, and it thoroughly extracts. It's just it's just all that shit, and I'm like, fuck, they had it figured out all along, and that whole hybrid thing that we keep talking about, and I keep thinking is probably where we're going to land. I'm convinced of that because of the hybrid vaporizer. Stores and Bickle themselves have shown that they think the hybrid's superior to full convection. So, you know, I'll give it a shot and play along.
I agree, and I've felt that way about the Mighty for a long time. Like I've always felt that it was superior, and when I tasted the Volcano Hybrid, it felt like it was more of a Mighty hit than a Volcano hit. Like
Yeah.
it I never liked the Volcano Classic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is like it's full convection, but I'd rather have that conduction assist. You get a thicker vapor over a shorter duration of vaporization.
Yeah, man.
That's
It
it.
does it.
That's how you say it. That's what hybrid does.
Thicker vaporization.
Thicker vapor over a shorter duration of vaporization.
Holy fuck. You better write that shit down. It's gonna go right through me. Oh, it's on the camera there. We got it on. It's on the interweb.
I'm gonna rock the SSV 43 because Jerry, the Pax 3 didn't get me high. After two bowls, I'm not feeling Not feeling very high, so
That's
I'm
what your fucking vape will do to you, man.
feeling kind of low, and I don't want to be low. So
Yeah.
let's go. You know?
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Well, I was gonna maybe load up one of these 510 Addies. Um, I've been having fun testing box mods lately. So now it's time for me to start putting some 510 Addies on these things. But the one I'm really smitten with lately is the one I just got. It's this Odin, it's the DNA 75C. And
Oh, you
so
got a
it's,
DNA mod. Nice.
yeah, actually, I've got a few now, and the DNA is the shit. This particular interface, I've had a DNA for a while, but this interface is just but easy to use, man. It's a piece of cake. So it makes the sayonara easy and fucking a joy. And now I'm going to start throwing some 510 Addies and see how they do with that. But this thing has a 21700 battery in it, so I'm going to be able to power some of these motherfuckers.
Is it removable?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Can you
This,
show that 2170 by the 18650?
yeah. Let's see. I've got them both right here. This is the 18650 out of Astari. And it's the 21700 from Samsung. It's the latest one, like a 40T or whatever the fuck. So, it's
Cool.
like 2 millimeters longer and that much more in diameter. Doesn't do a whole lot more to the vape. And this one, I mean, you can get one of these and it's great. So I like that. This has got dual 2700. So this thing will last for fucking like a week. It's
Wow.
ridiculous. I love
Wow.
it.
All right, Jerry. You ready to
Yeah.
put
You're gonna do your balls.
green to white technology?
Do your balls.
So this is a little less weed than the Pax takes, and the Pax would take probably 15 minutes for me to vape it thoroughly. This vaporizer will vape it thoroughly in about two and a half hits.
Yeah, that's dope.
Cheers, green to white technology.
Blow out my mind. I have not tried this in a while, so we're gonna see how we do here. I am what'd you tell me to roll with here?
The glow.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put this one on it. So it'll be like that. We'll see if I get anything going. Haven't used this yet, so again, I think these are no, these aren't stainless steel coils, are they, in the glow? I'll bet you they're didn't the glow use Canthol coils? Any of you guys in the chat know what kind of coils are in the glow? I can't remember now. If it's Canthol, then I'm just going to go wattage, and then that's no fucking fun because I can do that on anything. Dude, you are going at it. And that's it for Troy tonight, gang. It's been fun. Welcome to the Jerry Show. Troy's on permanent mute, man. I love it. No shit, Ren. 21.7s and a mighty would give it some extra oomph and time. I don't think it's stainless steel, man.
I don't remember, Jerry. I'm sorry. I did a 510 roundup, and to be honest with you, halfway through the project, I fell out of love with 510 dry herb mods.
Yeah, why? Because they were harsh and hot?
Because I don't like geeking out on mods,
Yeah, that's for sure.
and I feel like coil vapes are more of a yes, we can do this, and less of a yes, we should do this. It's not it's not the best way to vape weed. It's more of like a way for people to get into it with their 510 devices. Like if they want to geek out and have their 510 devices, I think there are ways to improve and make amazing vapes from the 510 platform. But I don't necessarily see the value in pursuing it from my perspective.
We're using DNA software,
No.
or we're using the other ones? Okay. Well, I'm wondering.
No.
Because I'm with
I'm
you.
also very high right now because of this thing. I'm like, I'm in a rocket.
Yeah.
So
You are on a rocket. Coffee here thinks this is Canthol too. Well, fuck it. If it's Canthol, then I'm not using this one because Ain't no temperature control Canthon. Ain't no fucking point of that.
Right?
Point of that. So now I got to pick a different one. Or I could dab. I could dab on these things because I've got some really
Wait,
good. I got some rosin up here.
what other vapes in your collection do people hate on? Remember, we're talking about vape hate.
Vape hate. Okay. Well, nobody hates on the imp. Everybody loves Miss Vape. That guy's cool as shit. I got a couple of those. I've got the Mod Pod. The what is it? The Splinter Z. I got another Splinter here. I've got the High from.
RBT gets some hate.
That's true. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't work with temp control. But that doesn't mean we can't try. So let's see what happens there. That's perfect. Put the Splinter Z on this DNA box mod, throw a stainless steel reading and see if it comes up with anything.
Yeah, let's talk about RBT hate. Do you dare? Jer?
I mean, I've seen it all. I've been around for the whole thing. I've calmed down as much of it as I could over the years. It's out there. It's another one that's, got some deservedness to it. So
People hate on the Splinter. I have heard some hate on the Splinter. People complain that the glass is fragile. The glass is not right. The glass people complain about the glass breaking in their Splinter, and then they've
is that right?
complained about not being able to get it replaced. Like it gets blamed on them. I've heard it from numerous people. And I struggle to hear those things. Yeah, sad to hear.
All right, well, out of the gate, I'm going with stainless steel 316, 40 watts, 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's measuring a resistance of 0.414.
Array of what?
Yeah, 0.414. 0.415 ohms is what I'm getting. That sounds kind of low, doesn't it? Am I wrong on that? I'm
The
going with
short
it, man.
round glass doesn't make sense to me either, Ren Dabber. That's what I don't like about the RBT stuff. I wish it was more standard glass. Jerry's avoiding the topic.
Well, I mean, look, I've always loved the heaters are fucking awesome, dude. That's the
I
bottom line
agree.
is I fucking love his heaters and I love what he's done with them. The tragedy of it is he goes in and goes on the forums and messes it up himself, and he knows that, and he quits and comes back and does it, and quits, come back and does it, and it looks like he's quit this time. I don't know, but I mean that's really all there is to it. It's not a vape thing. The vapes are. I've always liked the vapes, and I think with these dimpled things here, we might actually have a shot at cooling them well enough. That's been my problem, but he just kind of always stepped all over himself a little bit there. But I think it looks like he's making another push. And I'm rooting for him because I like his vapes, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time with that guy. I like him too. I don't want to see shit happen to him.
Yeah, I enjoyed session with him. I
Yeah.
like his vapes. I like the heater. I like his designs. I hope to see his vapes succeed on the market. I think there's a gap in the driving force somewhere. Like somebody needs to connect some different dots.
Yeah,
the
that's
best
pretty
now.
typical with guys that are good at engineering stuff too. I mean, people that's a gift, man, and
I
they
get
need help in the other stuff.
I get it. I'm a holy shit. There's a little dog outside.
Boy, this looks good. I'll tell you. I
Sorry,
hope it works
a
well.
little wiener dog just like ran by my garage door. Maybe he'll come inside.
Uh,
If I open my door, I can invite like my neighbor's dog inside here. Would that be wrong? Would that be creepy? I'm serious.
We got a little terps there. Something's going on. I love those terps too. Man, the signature on these things is.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
those have such a sweet convection.
the very first time I got my Zion, we were beta testing that thing. I was like, motherfucker, it just got a fucking hit to it that it's got a punch you can't really get anywhere else, man. It's crazy, man.
There it is. You see it?
Overexposed, man. No, can't get it. Boy, this is tasty, man. I might have to jack the watts up a little bit, but
Yeah, he said Jack the Watts.
is that funny? Is Jack the Watts funny, man?
It is now. That'd be a good band name.
Jack the Watts. It sounds funnier the more I say it, man. I like
Right? Say it a few times.
that. Jack the Watts. How many watts would you jack it?
You gotta use it in a sentence with your wife's name.
Just did. I even inverted it. No, fuck you. Not doing that. No, is 40 watts? Should I go higher? Is that for this thing, or what would you do?
No, I think I used to warm mine up at 42
All
and then
right.
drop it down to like 36.
All right. Well, I'm gonna what temperature? Like I'm on 390. I'll probably turn it up from there.
Temperature. Ooh,
Yeah, because I'm temping this fucker.
I don't
I'm gonna set it on 410 right now. 390 was very tasty, but a little
Use
cooler than I
Tubo?
expected. What?
Is it a Tubo firmware? What are you running it?
No, this is that DNA stuff I've
Oh,
been
okay.
drooling over, man. I'm going top shelf power here, man. Patrick says 60 watts. All right. I'm gonna give this a rip at 40 and 410, and then we're going straight to 60. This will go up to 75. So
Lab Punk says 40 is good. I do have the Pyro. 42 preheat, 38 vape. I think Lab Pong is the advice that I was using with mine as well.
all right, well, how long do you preheat it for? Because I don't preheat this shit.
I think I always pulsed, so I do like 6 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds.
Right. Well, this thing's doing it for me. So I just got to keep turning the temp up until I like it. Let's see what's happening here.
I need to get a camera facing outside my screen so you
Is
guys.
there a dog there? You keep teasing us
Yeah,
with some dog.
there's
What kind of dog? I don't see anything but a big old white spot.
it's a little brown dog. I'll take a picture of it next time it comes by. How's that?
Yeah, because I still don't know what it looked like.
Oh, Jerry,
Yes.
apparently the Instagram thing that you posted says 11 p.m. Pacific for our stream.
That would be vastly incorrect. That's going the wrong way.
But we could make it true if we stay live for another 5 hours.
We're going there, man. My apologies, guys. Sorry about that.
I think that's what somebody texted me, and they could be wrong. I don't
All
know.
right. Who knows? Does it say 8 Eastern? That's what we were shooting for, man.
That's the important part. You know, in the vape church circle, we've been operating on Troy time. We could just operate on Troy time.
And I'm cool. I'm calling it that. That's just basically Pacific, right? So
Yeah. Temp. So yeah, you got to figure out this DNA temp control thing, because I need to get a DNA mod after all the stroking you've been doing on the
right,
DNA mods.
right.
I'm gonna hit up Weissmech or Joytech and see what they have, because they're local to me, and they also own Vivant, so I wanna see
Look
if,
into. I think there's only certain ones that make DNA.
yeah,
Um,
I know Joytech makes some.
all right. Because I've got these Odins. Supposed to have a loss vape on the way too. I know everybody loves those things, so I want to see what's up with that shit. But no, check these out, man. So I showed you this one. This is the other DNA. That's the double battery. Then this is Odin's stock firmware, but the same thing. It'll run on 21.7s or 18.650s. It's really good firmware. It's a cheaper mod. It's like $100 instead of the 180 for the DNA. And then I've got the drag, which has been a lot of fun. I've had that for a while actually. Um, then I've got these vaporizers. The firmware on these works really well too. I like these. I was pretty super. The price point on these is great, and it's just their firmware. And
Cute.
the one that I really like is this Tinker 2. Tinker 2. It's shock and water resistant, and got a nice little fucking trigger kind of a button that's cool, and the display is nice and colorful and easy to use, and it's just a fun one to pick up and go. But when it comes to hitting these bucket coils, the DNA just blew my mind. So I really liked it.
Yeah, yeah. Because that chipset does such a better job of like power output, right? Like it manages like a really clean power.
Yeah, that's what they're up to, man. I mean, these things are taking the resistance of the coil and using that as estimating what the temperature is based on the metal type, and then they're turning around and they're looking at the battery, the voltage of the battery, and managing what because that varies as well over time and even kind of on the go. And then they're trying to figure out, okay, the temperature, the resistance is that we want it to be this temperature. We got to, and then and they're doing this all in light speed. And I used to sit around with some of these shitty box mods and put a coil vape on them and watch, and you could see the coil go, because that's how fast they were modulating, like maybe 4 times a second. I don't
Yeah,
know what the pace is on these, but it's like cream, motherfucker. Dope.
it should make a big difference. I mean, I know it makes a big difference even in the vaping e-juice side.
Oh yeah, because look, it's we're basically talking about a wave, and if you're trying to hit this point, and you're only gonna sample it 4 times a second, you're gonna shoot up and wait for it to come down, and then shoot up and wait, and you've got these huge swings, and every one of these big swings is gonna fuck with the taste of your hit. You know what I mean? It's gonna go hot and burn it and fuck it up. And so if these guys can sample it quicker and quicker and quicker and get to where they're just almost a line, which is what I feel like is happening with this, then man, that's game changer shit right there. As far as what it does to the hit. So I'm
Yeah,
excited, man.
yeah. And for concentrates, I could see that really being extremely helpful. I mean, dry herb too, like a DNA dry herb 510 mod with a really accurate control can do a whole lot of new shit, especially with those convection coils like the Irby and the 510 that Vivant had made.
Mm-hmm.
Those things would slam with a DNA mod, I bet.
I'll bet, man. We gotta get that rolling. Who is it? JT Munn says we gotta check out Dicodes mods. He says they're even better. I'm all
All
about
right.
even better, brother. Dicodes. Let me write that shit down because I ain't gonna remember that later.
You had some beautiful looking mods there, Jerry.
Dude, they're cool, man. I dig them. Um, they kind of got me excited about them. I mean, you get something that's fun and feels good and works well, and the batteries last a long time, and you start to get attached to little fuckers. So these are the two that I really like the most. We're trying to test a bunch of them and hit different price points, and I'm trying to put cyanars on every one of them with different types of coils this time, and really like dig in and make sure that they perform at a certain point, and try to see if I can see the difference. Like really, I mean, like I really want to know, is the DNA mod noticeably better than the vaporizer? You know what I mean? I don't know. So that's
Nice.
something we playing with. It's a cool little assignment. I'm up to 60 watts and not happening here. I guess I got to turn the temperature way up. Let's see. I'm gonna tax this motherfucker.
60 watts.
60 watts and 450 Fahrenheit. Let's see what it done.
Oh yeah, I don't know about the TC stuff in the Splinter. I was told by the man himself not to do it, not to recommend it. He avoids the warranty. So,
Shit. I just voided the warranty. Maybe I can tell him I
oh,
didn't. Oh, I never really pushed the button. No, I was just fucking with the button.
it was on
No, I
camera,
didn't get
Jerry.
shit.
We
I didn't.
saw it.
No, I didn't show you the close
It was
up
live
camera.
on the interwebs.
I'm a lying bastard, man.
I just rolled Keef into my eyelashes. That's nice. Into my eye. My eye.
That's how you get ready for a date. I like that, man. Nice. Keep
Cannabis-based
eyes.
makeup. Somebody should make that shit.
I only keep eyes
Keef makeup.
for you.
Do I have a link for what you looking for, Nate?
What are they looking for? All right, I'm just going to straight up 40 watts in power mode and see what happens.
Thanks, Donnie. Nice. We got 75 people watching. Happy Friday. 75 people watching. We're doing it earlier, so Jerry doesn't have to stay up all night now. And I think we had 95 people earlier, which is probably a new record. It's a lot of people. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, man.
Yeah. Uh, Leave a comment in the video if you're rewatching this, what you want to see from us, or throw it up in the chat now while I'm high enough to pay attention to the chat and actually reading the chat. What you want to see, because obviously we got a lot of vapes behind us. Like these shelves are made for vapes, and Jerry and I are here to talk vapes with you. So let us know what you want to see. I want to see.
Yeah, man, we'll pull them down and play with them. Uh-huh. I want a front row seat to your eyebrows. Keep brows, man. Keep brows.
Keep brows. Keep
Like bee pollen or something, man.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah, pollen in the brows. That's what I'm talking about. When are you gonna grow again? Are you already rolling with
Oh,
that?
I'm working on it. I'm very soon, Jerry. Very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm planning to grow my next grow with 2 tents and
Double the weed.
double the weed.
Right on, right on.
Actually, even more than double, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grow 6 plants in my 5x5, and I'm gonna
Okay.
grow 4 plants in a second tent that I'll be adding. I'm gonna add a 4x4 tent. I'm gonna take my current light, which I had in my 5x5, and put it in my new 4x4, and then I'm gonna get 2 new, larger, more powerful lights for the 5x5
With the 6 plants.
for the 6 plants. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm gonna try to grow 6 autoflowers in the 5x5 next to 4 photo periods in the 4x4. And I'll do a video comparison with weekly videos showing the differences between autoflower and photo periods.
Dope.
That'll be fun, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the whole thing, I'll have 10 adult plants worth of cannabis. And in theory, since the autoflowers will be maturing in like 2 months, 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Yeah, the autoflowers will mature in like 2.5 months, 3 months or whatever. 90 days to harvest. So I can be planting more while the photo periods finish. It'll be a really fun video comparison.
What will you get? What do you expect on your yield per plant?
What do I expect?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I haven't had enough experience to know what to expect.
On your last grow, was there consistency amongst the plants?
One plant was less than the others.
Okay.
The like the big 3, each put out shit like 5 ounces or like 6 ounces. Like a lot.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Like
So
it all added up to a little over a pound, and one plant was the runt. And like in the jars that I had, there's only like two or three jars of this White Widow #2.
2 jars.
Two, yeah, 2 of these like 2-ounce jars, and
Gotcha.
they're not filled with 2 ounces.
Um, so how many strains did you have? 2 or 3?
I grew 2 strains. I
And
grew four plants, 2 Super Silver Haze and 2 White Widow. But one of the White Widow didn't get as big, and it kind of yellowed out early, finished out early. And then I also had some bud rot in one of my plants, and I lost like three main colas.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard White Widow can be a tough one to grow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that may be bullshit. I don't know. I've just heard that. But did you like that better than your silver, or did you like it?
No, I like the Super Silver Haze a lot more than the White Widow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right on.
yeah.
I've got an eighth of Widow here that I haven't opened yet. That's the first time I've ever had it. So I'm really excited about it, but I don't know if it's going to look like anything that I want it to look like. Because, I'm used to seeing those high times pictures from 8 years ago when,
Hmm.
and that's probably not what's going on.
Yeah, man. My Super Silver Haze came out with like a really nice kind of mellow root beer, vanilla, citrus kind of herbal taste
Hmm.
smell. It's nice.
That
Got
sounds
like an
great.
aged oaked type taste.
That sounds really good.
Really neat. It's really neat.
I've got my best stuff here. This one plant that I like so much. I should put this under the scope and look at it with you. Do you want to see it?
Sure. Oh, we got James in the chat. What's up, James?
Oh,
James
is
says
he?
White Widow is typically a good beginner strain.
Oh, is that right? Well, then I know what I'm talking about doing it. That's perfect. I never have grown, so there you go. Let's see if I can flip this over.
All right, I'm gonna rock my. Is this my second or my third? I think it's my third SSV 43 bowl. This does a lot more than the packs, so I think that's why people hate on the packs. They realize that there are vapes that can get them much higher, much more quickly, and then the packs just seems like a big waste of time.
Right.
That's nice.
This thing is
Let me spotlight
close.
it. Let me spotlight that. So, what? How come? Why can't I?
I love looking at the different depths. Let's try this one. About here.
I don't know why spotlight is no longer. Is this pin? Is it pinned for the stream though? What strain you
Now
say
we're
this
gonna.
was?
This is I-75, which is I-95 and Mac 1 cross.
I-95.
Yeah. So this stuff is grown in Florida, and those are the two main interstates that run north and south up Florida. And I feel like I could get a better look than that. But anyhow, this stuff has been a lot of fun. Oh, that looked good. There we go. This
Nice.
stuff has been a lot of fun. I haven't looked at it under the scope yet, so this is kind of fun to do.
Looks healthy.
It's
Nice.
healthy when it comes inside my vape. I love it.
Holy shit, Jerry! Happy Friday! I'm so glad to be streaming with you again. Get a routine.
Yeah, man. Oh, so anyhow, I was gonna pack up the DaVinci. I gotta check my batteries.
You know, Da Vinci has haters too. People,
Oh, yeah.
people, people have their horror stories on Da Vinci, and they will remind you about them every chance they get on Reddit. Like anytime somebody is considering like a Da Vinci, they'll be like, "I bought a Da Vinci 2 years ago, and the battery hinge was blah blah blah, and I tried to return it, and they didn't give me a new one or whatever, and fuck them and fuck their mothers and yeah, man, people like to hate on Da Vinci.
You know what, dude? I'm a DaVinci fan. Like,
Too.
uh, I mean, I'm not like I told you what I think of the conduction vapes. I'm not by nature a conduction fan, but I've come around and I like them and I like what they can do. And there's a place for them for me. But I love DaVinci, man. Like, I like their vapes. I like the people. The people are dope as shit. I love the people, and
Dude,
they're always innovating, man. Like they don't fuck around. Like they're not just, oh, we're gonna just half-ass something. Every time they come out with something, they're pushing the envelope somewhere. I love it.
yeah, the whole IQ2 dosing thing, I'll admit, like
That little.
it's no the where it measures how much of your bowl is cooked.
Oh yeah, did that ever work? Did they ever get that working? I
It
know in the beginning it
it
didn't.
works, but I don't know that it's anything beyond intuition as well, you know? Like once you realize how the vaporizer works and once you're vaping, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just too high to think about it right now.
Well, I
Yeah,
had messed
I
around
give
with
it
it.
kudos for trying it. Like I'm not shitting on it.
Um, so I had a problem with reading it because I was putting CBD strains in it and putting the CBD data in, and when it read back the CBD stuff, I was getting confused. It didn't come out right, but um, I think it probably works. I haven't used it enough to really, get a feel for it. I probably should. I should probably count hits and see how we do and how it does based on their percentage. But they um they claim to have done the math, man. Like a lot of testing and a lot of math, and there's some serious shit going on in there coming up with this data for you. So um I tend to believe them because I've hung out with them enough to get a good feel from them, and I like them. So um, I really like this IQ too.
I like the IQ two as well. I could have said tutu right there, but I
Well, why
chose not
didn't you?
to because it sounded funny saying tutu.
Should have. Should have. That would have been fun.
Tutu. I
Yeah,
was I
man.
was afraid that you were gonna make a joke about me wearing a tutu and being a ballerina.
Troy, I just want you to keep talking, bro. Keep talking.
I'm gonna hit this thing, man.
No, then you're not talking.
I'm fighting off like the cough. I'm trying to like cough foo.
Troy, you are baked, man. I might do some dabs and catch up with your ass. Let
You
me.
should, man. You should have some dabbage.
I got to dabbage. I'm gonna dabbage this.
Did you see that the Rio, the Stash Products launched like the frosted glass? They launched some frosted glass for the Rio.
Ooh, no,
They look pretty
fantastic.
cool. They look pretty cool.
I'll bet it did, man. That's
Color like the
dope.
colored glass with frost.
Hmm.
Pretty badass.
I
I
also like what the wood things that timber. I think timberwood is it. The things look good, man.
yeah, the,
Pretty,
uh, the ones with the rosin or the ones that Timberhead made.
the ones that he made,
Yeah, those look
the
really
wooden ones.
awesome. Yeah,
I like that. And
I
then
think Stash or somebody that works with Stash or forgive me for not knowing the details right now. They're making some with wood and rosin, so they're putting the wood and they're pouring the rosin, and then so it's like like how they have like this Dynastashes that Fudo makes, where it's like acrylic rosin and wood at the same time, where it's like live edge.
yeah. Uh-huh.
It's kind of like that, but a Rio base.
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah,
dope.
dude,
I like that, man.
I like that a lot. Austin may end up getting my Rio after all.
Right on, man. That's great.
I like that.
Yeah, come on, Nate. Let's do it. I'm hitting on the sayonara here.
What's going on?
Where uh, Nate said he was going to do a dab too.
Hell yeah. Have I tried the live resin from Wax? I have not. Get out my Pyro and the Rio. Ooh, that's a fun combo. I don't know. I haven't unpacked my Pyro yet. I don't know where the Pyro's at. You need to get a Rio, Mr. Patrick. Rio is my favorite way to dab.
Yeah,
Oh, look
man.
at that. I'm high enough to get the southern accent going. How about that?
I can still see your eyes barely too. It's great, man.
Holy shit, we were session the other night in the Discord, the 420 Vape Zone Discord, how we get the Zoom sessions going.
Yeah.
And we were in one that was going till like 3 in the morning. And somehow we got talking about vampire shows and uh we started talking about fuck, what was it? Damn it. The show with Sookie.
The what?
Is it True Blood?
The show with who? Snooki?
Yes, it was a
The Jersey?
Vampire Diaries.
Oh,
Snooki.
jeez. I don't know.
Or True, I think it was True Blood. But anyway, we started talking about that, and I said that I had to stop watching it because the southern accent was too much. and everyone in the Zoom started talking in a southern accent. Like they're all snooky. they're, they're all fucking with me. It was funny.
Nicky, Nicky. That's great.
That's a nice little dab you got there, Jerry Bear.
I hope you can see the twist to it if it'll zoom in. You see how I kind of had to taffy it? It's got a taffy
Looks
twist
like a
to
piece
it.
of corn. Looks like a
Yeah.
piece of corn that you chewed up a little bit.
No, it's taffy. Nobody wants to dab a chewed up piece of corn, but taffy, bro. Taffy's good to go. That came off great, dude. That is just in there and ready to roll.
Okay.
It's gonna be great. This is what I was hitting here. This is what I pulled out of. It's my rosin.
Very nice.
Just
I'm
came
glad,
out of the fridge. What?
I'm glad that your state is enabling you to purchase good product now. Because it wasn't like that
Finally.
like when we first started talking.
You ain't kidding. It's still stupid money. I mean, it's ridiculous what they charge here for this shit. But no, you're right. At least access is better, man. You know what I mean? Some terp sugar for Nate Byrne, right on.
Man,
Yeah, I'm good to go here, man. I'm gonna get my terp hit off of this thing.
you're gonna get your terp hit. Jerry,
Hmm.
we're still talking about vape hate. Why do people hate on Gpen so much? And feel free to turn that question on me if you don't want to answer it. Since I made you talk all that shit about RBT. I'm just kidding. Kind
You're
of.
funny, man. Oh, that's awesome. I'm just gonna. Fuck, that's good. That's good, man. 30 watts, 390 Fahrenheit, nickel 200. Mm. Um, yeah, I'll turn it back on you. You can have that one. I'll let you feel that one first, man.
What
Do
was
you
the
remember
question?
Do you remember the question? You wanted to still talk about vape hate on Gpen.
Vape hate on Gpen.
Yes, kick that off for us, Troy, before you hit another fucking
So
ball.
I think the vape hate on Gpen is is a complex and multifaceted situation because Gpen was one of the first makers of both the little oil wax vapes and the dry herbs,
Hmm.
and their products were also the first to be counterfeit. So there was a
Oh.
lot of fake G Pen products that were even more shitty than the G
Believe it
Pen.
or not.
So I'm not saying that G Pen was amazing and then a bunch of counterfeit stuff came out and was shitty and then it ruined the reputation because the G Pen products themselves were also not very good. Like the early dry herb vapes, I have one here, and I should have unboxed it, but the G Pen Elite, made with materials that don't taste good with vapor, especially over time, So like, you just get a really nasty taste, and you get a bad vapor experience. So
Mhm.
people hate on G Pen because they're products that are still out there, heavily marketed, that are giving people a negative experience that they tend to relate to weed vaporization in general.
Yep.
So people go, "Oh, weed vapes suck. I tried a G Pen years ago and, and it tastes like butt."
Hmm.
That sucks because there's a lot of good weed vapes out there that provide really, 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 really good taste and can get you so much higher than smoking and provide a whole much healthier experience overall. And people are turned off because they tried a G Pen like 5 years ago. And that's why people hate on G Pen.
Is there a certain model of Gpen that really they fucked up or really sucked and got them and earned them a reputation?
In my experience, it was the Elite, but in reality, I don't think it was that one specifically. I think people tried all kinds of different G Pens or G Pen Slims, and the Snoop Dogg G Pen was probably another one because the G Pen Snoop thing was was the coil vape that really just combusted, you know. So sorry, Snoop. Man, I love you, Snoop. Don't please don't take it the wrong way, Snoop. Snoop, if you want a sesh, man, this thing will get you higher than blunts. I'll buy the weed. Don't worry.
Just don't bring the Gpen, bro.
You fucked up on the Gpen. It was a bad call, man.
Bro, I got Snoop playing right now. I love Snoop,
Um,
man. I
next,
that's one of the things I hate about the Gpen is I was like, motherfuckers, like Snoop was supposed to do like the Silver Surfer or something badass, not a goddamn fucking Gpen.
Snoop, you want to put your name on a vape that's really gonna hit? You come talk to me because me and my friend Kenny from Sticky Brick Labs, we're building some shit. Come talk to us.
Yeah, man, I'll beat you up.
Hardest hitting thing there's ever been.
Even better than a Gpen, whatever the fuck. Actually, the Elite,
The
I
ball.
tested the Elite a while back because we wanted to know if, that was a good PAX alternative. And I actually thought it was really good, except for the mouthpiece. It didn't cool well enough, and or it got hot or something. And they said they improved it, and I've got one here I need to try, but it wasn't a bad little vape. It was another one of those. Let's put the mouthpiece right on top of the oven, and those just have a
Right,
bizarre.
mine tastes bad.
Yeah.
My Gpan Elite. So there's clearly some inconsistencies. That was weird. That truck sounded like a police thing in the distance. It's like throwing sound around. Snoop does need a brick. Snoop needs a sticky brick.
I'm going IQ now. I got this packed with nuggets. Somebody had said something in here too. I forget what it was. Oh yeah, the Connect says somebody mentioned the Connect too, and same thing, man. Like the Connect is Troy and I talked about this just before the show. The Connect is the form factor is the tits, man.
Right?
Like I want that thing to be dope,
A little
and
e-nail with a little fucking battery. Dude,
I want it, man. I'm rooting, and every hit just tastes crummy, man. And I just and everybody that I talked to, like you and Pete and I was it Randy or somebody with Randy had tried it, I don't remember, but at the time when we talked, we were all just kind of like we just wanted to be better, man.
everyone who dabbed at the party where they were using it at the Green Lane party.
On my student glass, whatever it is,
Yeah. Everyone was talking about how shitty the dabs tasted.
awful. They were awful, and it drove me nuts because I was like jonesing on the glass. The glass, I'm gonna get that fucking glass as soon as it's available. I'm gonna get it, man. That glass changed my life, man.
Dude, same. I love it. And I think that could change vapes, because take like the Boundless Terra. Something it's that vape can produce some pretty awesome convection vapor if you got the lungs for it. A lot of people just don't have the 25 seconds of sucking it like that I can do, to get those massive clouds, and people want those massive clouds. You take that glass thing that I can't remember the name of ever, the thing that looks like a big pill, and you turn it over. The suction from that can get a massive rip on the Terra, and then you turn it over again, and it's cooled and right in your face.
And there's no work. Like it wasn't about it was less work than the volcano bag. Like it's literally blowing. It was like an assisted hit, except it was so much easier. I was just breathing air, except the air happened to be coming right out of here, and it was vapor, so it was all
Yeah,
vapor coming in. It was just
I mean,
so perfectly cool. It's so much room to expand and cool, and yeah, I'm gonna have
yeah,
me one of those, bro. I'm gonna put everything through it.
I really want one. I really want one.
And it was funny because it was great because later on you're like, why did you make me hit that fucking G pin? And I was like, it wasn't the G pin I cared about, man. And it did suck. It was the glass.
Oh God.
Somebody in there was talking about. Somebody just asked about the Rome.
The Rome.
Oh yeah, here
I
it
think
is.
the Rome looks awesome.
The
Like
Rome
when
is pretty
when
dope, dude. I'm not gonna hate on the Rome. I'm not sure about the price yet. I don't know what the price is, but this shit's pretty cool. It comes apart like that. The glass is in here. There's a little fill line, tells you where to fill it to. It will leak if you turn it this way, but I think they have a stopper you can put for it. And so this is just nothing but a base and glass right here. And then this is all the whole unit. That does all the work. And then this puppy just slides back on, and now you're good to go. It's pretty cool. The glass is protected. If you have the plug here, you could throw it in your pocket and run around. Easy to hand around. Somebody who grabs it, they know what to do by looking at it. Oh, vapor. Yeah, yeah. Digital controls. Weird digital controls. Goes up to like 800 degrees, which I don't want to vape at. I know it's not going up to 800 degrees, so I haven't figured that out yet. But then they've got this new, well, the quartz bucket with a pancake heater underneath, a lot like the Vista Mini 2 that I like.
Okay.
And you can see I get pooling in the side like the Vista Mini 2 that I like in the corners. But it's I want to like it less than I do. How's that?
Because it's Gpen.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
the actual thing itself, I go pretty cool design, feels solid, hits fine.
Objectively, I'm supporting. I mean, I look at Gpen at Grenco and look at the overall picture of what they've been doing in the market. I mean, yeah, the enthusiasts don't like them, but Ease carries their products continually, and they've been carrying them for a few years now.
Yeah.
So that means that people are still buying them and not complaining about them enough to not carry them. Head shops have been carrying them for years, which kind of also means the same thing. I mean, it may be a throwaway product, but it at this point it's an entry level product for a platform for a market where there may not be anything better, you know?
Hmm.
Like the next thing is a mightier, craftier volcano. These head shops don't carry a massive selection of vaporizers like Planet of the Vapes and Puff It Up.
Right.
And G Pen has been around for a number of years, and they're still developing new products. I thought the Connect had an amazing form factor, and when I tested it before it came to market, I told them like I really think this would be a lot better with a quartz bucket. But then the whole thing doesn't work. The whole like push the button, release the kraken or the valve or like the clear the carb. You know, that's their whole concept on that thing.
Okay.
Then the whole system doesn't work anymore. So it kind of like, eh. I told him that I loved the Roam as well. Like he handed me the Roam, I'm like I'm more excited about this than the Connect because this is it's portable and it has a cup. It's got a cup atomizer.
No, I'm with you, man. The this of all their new stuff, this is the winner. Um, I tested their pen that competes with the packs with the pods that you buy at the dispensaries because they sell them in the dispensaries near me. And I liked it until I started testing this Pax Era and Pax Era Pro. And man, these just hit smoother. Sorry, I can't say anything more about it. The Gpen one was just a rougher hit. Now, I gotta think that it's the pod and the construction of the heater inside the pod, and it's their first go, whereas Pax has been dicking around for a while. But this one, oh, and the battery didn't last as long as the Pax batteries. But this one, I wouldn't blame anybody for giving this a shot. And it's pretty cool. You can see right here. This is what our kind of people need to see is that right there is their carb. It comes through here. It's a little flutter carb. So all you do is you just get sit there and it comes in and it's got what looks like a stir tool, but it's not, of course. And all that does is blow straight down right down in the middle of the bowl. So this thing here, I think I don't know what that's all about. I mean, it almost looks like a little drip thing, but it's not. It's not really. It doesn't move, so I can't. Maybe it's just there so that the air goes somewhere other than just right back out. But anyhow, if you don't wipe it out after each hit, which it's easy to do, it's a nice bowl. You'll get that shit in the corners, and yeah, the water cooling actually works. I mean, it's a good hit, like you said, Troy. You like the hit. I mean, it's not harsh. So I think this is probably we may just be talking us into looking deep at this one. So
Yeah,
I usually
I need to get one of those. They sent me 3 or 4 of the Connects. I'm surprised they didn't send me one of those, but I think they were a little offended by my Connect review. Apologize for that.
was that good, huh?
I see. I'm passionate about vapes, and I wanted to like the Connect, and I wanted to fight for Gpen because I think that in the enthusiast space that people were hating overly harsh on Gpen to the point where it was like just like toxic and over the top and unneeded, you know? It's like, yeah, like they fucked up and they did some shitty things, they made some crappy products, but they're trying, you know? Give them some chances, you know?
Hmm.
You have to look at things a little objectively at times and be an adult, and I wanted to give them a chance. And the Connect, like my I was dabbing some really nice dabs and they just tasted bad and it made
Yeah.
me mad. Made me
And
I was
did you
frustrated.
describe the taste? Like, did you use the word ass when you describe the taste at all?
Probably, probably. And I think it was in a live stream, so people were like in the chat, and there were at the time there were a bunch of weed tubers pimping the Connect, you know.
Uh,
So they were like, well, so and so loves it, and so loves it. They were pimping it on their weed tuber show, and it's like, well, maybe they're not in the business of reviewing vaporizers, and if they're starting out as a hobbyist and content creator, they're happy to get free shit from people. And when you get free shit and you're happy about it, you're more likely to like something. You know, there are things that can easily sway people's opinions. I like to think that I come at all my product analysis objectively because I fucking try to, you know?
it's very easy to buy a review in this industry.
My God, the number of people who literally ask me how much it costs to get a review.
Right? Like that's what we do, right?
Sometimes people are like, the other reviewers are 2,500 bucks. Is that the standard rate? It's like, what? What?
Right, right.
What? Really? For the record,
Getting
I don't take any money from people wanting people me to review products ever.
yeah, getting paid for them is different, man. I mean, reviewing them and then getting a commission on sales, that makes sense to me because that means it's a vape that you had something good to say about. Then it becomes, can you trust the reviewer, or is it somebody that you actually think is
Right.
in it for the money or not? And
That's actually why I built my business without any manufacturer. Like I built my business with Planet of the Vapes and Puff It Up as affiliate programs because you guys carry an array of vaporizers. I can
right,
I can be out, I can go out there and say whatever I want about any vape, any manufacturer. I can go out and call Pax bullshit, and they're not going to be mad at me. If they are, it doesn't matter because I'm recommending different vaporizers.
yeah, you get a good freedom with that. It's nice. But yeah, I was surprised how easy it is to buy reviews, and you just gotta know your source, man. That's all. So,
Yeah.
what was it? JT Munn. This is the IQ2 you were asking about. Is what I've got. Um, Gustav, welcome, man. Gustav's on. He's like from the other side of the world. Never gets on. These are our new times, man. Starting 8 o'clock my time, 2 hours ago now. So we might see more of you, Gustav. That'd be great, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm digging the new time.
Yeah, man. Packing that plenty.
It's still sunny outside. I still got weed in my eye, which is kind of weird.
You've kind of recovered a little bit from being whacked about 30 minutes ago. So we can go again.
Oh,
You know what I
was
mean?
I whacked 30 minminutes ago?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how long ago it was, but you look like you've recovered. Yeah, you were
I could probably
balled
drive right
out.
now if I needed to.
You were ballsed out a little while ago.
The SSV43, man, it it does some things, Jerry. Oh, I loaded
That's
a
some
fresh one,
things,
but I never
man.
hit it. That's funny. Well,
Hey, but now you got to go right back in, man. Go right back in.
cheers.
That's funny, man. Flying Tank, man. I actually compared these. Did I write a comparison? I think did a comparison on Planet of the Vapes on the blog. And I hope I did because I don't remember right now. Maybe that's a good sign that the vape's doing his job, man. But is it worth it? If you got the IQ, the regular one, and you're happy with it, no. I mean,
Yeah, that's
no, it's pretty much the same. This is a little bit bigger, a little bit cooler. Overall, I think better, but it's also a lot more money. I mean, this is like $300 now,
like
right?
300
So,
bucks, and you can
yeah.
buy the IQ OG for like 229.
Is that what it is? That's a good deal.
Yeah,
So,
it's that's a tough decision right there, man. I actually made a video about that.
did you?
Yeah.
You did a video, and I think I did a blog post. So, yeah,
Uh,
Flying Tank. We're gonna send you to our content for the answer on that. That's great. I did it. Flying Tank. You talking to me? I mentioned there is one. Well, shit. No, no, shit.
The SSV43 makes me not want to use my other vapes. Yep, that's how it is for me too. It's like when people use the word end game before, I never fully saw it. Like people used to describe the flower pot like, oh, that's my end game, and for me, I'd look at it on the shelf. I'm like, that's not really something that I would consider like end game for me. Is like I am no longer interested in acquiring more vaporizers or using any other vaporizers. It's done, and I think the SSV43 is probably the closest thing that I've ever seen to endgame.
it's right on up there, man.
But it doesn't
Um,
dab. It needs to dab,
yeah.
and it needs to get rid of
Well,
the
for
whip.
you, yeah.
The whip needs to go. It's
But
half.
you get dabs from your flowers, man. That's the beauty of it. That's why it's in game.
I get a dab like high from flour. That's
I
for
know you
sure.
do, man. That's the beauty of it. For me, my end game was the herborizer then. I mean, it's still what's on my what I now call my altar over there. It lives there, man. Like when I have sessions for me, that's where I go, man. And if I'm gonna, oh, it's the weekend, I'm gonna expand into the living room. I take that fucker out there. You know what I mean? So, uh, fucking love that vape, man. And I've really, I told you the other day, a while back, I was really chasing the big hits, and now kind of looking for something a little more mellow. And when I was chasing the big hits, the herborizer is what I was really raising my tolerance with. And so I was really kind of overdoing it. Like at the end of the session, the bowl would be kind of really kind of charred a little bit, or there would be sometimes when the top part got a little singed, and I was either putting too much in or hitting it too long and hard, or you name it. And the other night I said, fuck it, man, I'm going for just fucking pure pleasure. And I loaded less and kept the temperature down. And oh man, it was like heaven, man. Like just I couldn't believe the taste and through the whole fucking bowl. So yeah, I'm even falling in love with it again, man. I mean, when a vape's really good, you come back to it and do different shit later on. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, yeah, man.
You'll do that with those balls pretty soon. You'll come up with something new to do on that thing, man.
Yeah, well, it's progressing.
Right? You were doing it every day. You're fucking around. That's right, man. So
I
that's
think
awesome.
what Kenny and I have come up with is it's pretty remarkable. I think it's gonna open some doors for people.
I can't. Well, you got time frame? Got any idea when we're gonna?
I don't have a time frame that I can speak on right now without Kenny. That's Kenny's in the chat, but we're trying to do it in an open source way so that we can enable any other builder to build upon it as well.
Fucking dope.
Yeah, because it seems like it's an open IP anyway, you know. Hot balls. Hot balls. Hot balls.
I should put you. Well, okay. I've talked to some engineers before that had open source dreams and even like done some work on them, which I've forgotten about that. I should talk to them about that, talk to you guys about that. I'm not sure how far along you are or what kind of options you're looking at or what you're thinking, but um, because it's open source, it might be kind of neat to, depends on the variables in there. But all right, cool. I'm gonna look at that later, man. That'd be funny. I'm just rambling now, man. And this is fucking 2 hours, man. I gotta beat up on this thing again. How much of this has
Well,
gotten long?
it's not a vape hate thing, but people hate autoflowers because I've been planning out my next grows, and when I was in a live stream and I mentioned autoflowers and I got some flack for it. People are like, what? What?
Yeah.
They're for noobs. Autoflowers are for noobs, for bitches. You know?
You still did it?
I'm still gonna do autoflowers, yeah. No,
Did you get a lot of that or just some?
no. It wasn't a lot. I think it was like one or two. But I've seen it around as well. Like people talk trash about autoflowers. I don't know why there's so much like ego in growing. You know?
Probably because of the connection that they make with the plant.
Yeah.
Still got
I
that
mean,
ego, man.
the connection of the brotherhood of helping people grow in a friendly way rather than pissing on their methods seems so much healthier all around for the plant, for the people, for the community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're often blinded. We're often blinded in our small little bubble. We need to be more mindful and more aware, more connected to other humans. We get wrapped up in our thoughts, in our own psychosis, our own toxic cesspools of negative thoughts, and then people just spin off and be shitheads on the internet or shitheads to the world. We need to be more aware of our actual human species.
Yeah, man. The Toltec books I'm reading right now talk about that being like the dream of the personal dream of your life, and that it really is your own dream. It's complete bullshit. You know, like you said, your bubble, and it's completely different from the other person's bullshit right next to you, and they're living their own dream, and most of it is fears and bad dreaming, like negative, like not heaven, more like hell, you know, and how the goal is to silence that voice and get to a quiet in your head so that you can just feel and because most of I find that you know how it is, you're driving down the road and that little voice starts talking bullshit and pretty soon you're spiraling down some tunnel of crap and it's
Flipping
just
people off. And,
emotional poison spreading that around
yeah.
and you know when you're able to realize that that voice is not who I am, that voice is just a voice in my head, and I can challenge that voice and even extinguish that voice if I work hard enough, and then hopefully the goal is to control that voice and create my own art and my own story that changes everything. And so um yeah, that's the total opposite of those little bubbles of hate just fuck us all up, man. We just bounce around and hurt people.
Yeah, but you're exactly right. Like those thoughts aren't aren't you. Like you are not your thoughts. Like those little voices and those little thoughts that barrage you, they're not you. You don't have to listen to them. You don't have to abide by them. You can ignore them. You can learn to make them completely go away. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, man. Blowing my mind, man. Blowing my mind. Reading shit I've never heard before. I'm like, what the fuck?
I went off in my Instagram stream the other day about the simple life hack of changing your personal image, like changing how you see yourself and how you see yourself getting old and how you see your life in the future. Because a lot of times people have like the negative self-image of like the struggle, and they maintain that vision through like their vision of the future, and simply changing that and envisioning, a brighter 5 years, and making that your confident self-image is a simple like way to hack your future, because subconsciously you will take the action, you will do the things that that person would do daily to build that new life, to build that
Hmm.
5 year future. And it's just a matter of changing your self image and being incredibly positive and aggressive about it.
That's deep, man.
Meditation helps.
Yeah, essential.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like for you, essential. You know, mine, these to date, mine always is a session. And then, so whatever it is for you, man, that's essential. I'd like to meditate with that.
May have been aggressive stating that I'm going to vape this whole nug during this session.
I was about to say, that's a big ass
I
baddie,
just
man.
should have weighed it. Damn it. I need to get in the habit of weighing these big, beautiful nugs before I. Oh, I should probably stir my bowl before I put more weed in it.
Yeah, just give it a quick little stir, then put it in, then just stir it again if you want.
Jerry, my Nomad 2 is progressing. Like, I'm on the list, and I got an update the other day that he was working on like the woods. He's got the lichen or lichen or whatever it is
Yeah,
harvested, and I think he's on like the 10th update now. So yeah, by
nice.
the end of the year, maybe like Nomad 2. Come on, baby, it's
That'd
coming.
be dope, man. And if you get a liken button, I wanted a liken button. I didn't tell him that, I don't think. I just let him do his thing. And he got me a different button, but those liken buttons, I drool over those fuckers. Those are nice.
Yeah, yeah, that was a $15 no-brainer upgrade right there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
and he,
mean,
and he
what he does.
yeah, so beautiful, so beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm excited to carry a vape. You know,
Yeah.
and I haven't carried a vape around. I mean, I carry the Mighty, but I also discard the Mighty. Like I'll come home from somewhere after vaping a bowl, and I'll dump it in the kitchen drawer, so it's not in my pocket, you know. But like when I test portable vapes, a lot of times I'll carry it for a few days or a week or so and use it just to see
Mm.
how it carries in the pocket, and then I'll stop because it sucks. But there are some vapes where like I carried it for a longer period of time, like the Firewood 4. The Firewood 4 was in my pocket for a long time.
The four, yeah, right.
It's one of my metrics on like how do I really like this vape? Do I like it in my pocket? And the
Nice.
Aria was one of the ones that I liked in my pocket. Like I liked
Oh,
having the
yeah.
Aria loaded in my pocket, ready to go. And
Nice.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, the what was it? The Firewood 4 was I loved having that in my pocket. I loved vaping it out and about. I loved sharing it with people because it was so neat to show like the little capsules and the little stem and the little wooden cooling mouthpiece. It's a cool little system.
Yeah, it's this one right here, right? This is the four.
Yeah, yep, that's the one.
It's
I
a
love.
dope little vape, man. This was my first firewood.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have any of the others. I have a four and a five. That's all I've got. And I got this just before my first trip to Costa Rica. And so I had about a dozen vapes or half a dozen vapes. It was this, the Ralph's vape, some others. And it was really funny, man, because Patrick and I were vaping in Theo. Bleak Stoner Videos was there. So the three of us were having great sessions hanging out down there. And I had all these vapes on the table this one time. and we're all passing around. And every time we're looking at this thing, and we hit this thing, and you know how it is when you're a vaporist and you hit something, and then you do a double take. You're like, after you take,
What the hell?
and everyone's kind of like, okay, this thing's doing what we all keep saying we want a vape to do, right? Like, I mean, what is it that you wouldn't like about this thing? Like the hit. I mean, and I found a few things. I mean, it's not a huge airflow. You got to take a long hit,
Yeah.
but man, it doesn't matter. Everything else, it just crushed, man. Like he's been making great vapes for a while.
Yeah. The Firewood 3 hit just as hard. Firewood 3 was just as hard. The Firewood 3 just didn't have any good cooling mouthpiece. It was like use it on a bong or something like that. It was hot vapor.
What that was shaped like.
I have the Firewood 3, but it's not unpacked yet.
Yeah, you gotta get those unpacked. Man. I'm gonna pack up this Firewood 4. I'm gonna use this battery I had in the IQ. The IQ 2 didn't like this battery.
I like carrying the IQ too, and the IQ was,
Mhm.
was a great pocket carry. Even
Yep.
The Pax was a good carry.
I carried the IQ. I would on occasion grab the Firefly. Um, every now and then that hits something that I'm trying to do.
Firefly. We should talk about the Firefly because people hate on the Firefly. I kind
All
of hate
right.
Firefly a little bit.
Um, okay, so I didn't have a Firefly until the two. So I wasn't there for those go around, and I sat out on
Same.
that and watched on the sidelines.
Same.
And when I first got the Firefly 2, I was like, holy shit, this thing's amazing. Like I spent 2 weeks just in love with it. Like on demand, tasty, nice fits in my pocket, stylish as fuck. Stirring's a pain in the ass, but man, it really and then the hit was kind of funky, but the vapor hit was it was amazing. And so I fell in love with that. I felt the same way about the 2 plus, but it's just hard to I can't share them with anybody. And if I'm going somewhere, I'm sharing. So I mean I'm sure somebody on their own would like it better than me, but every time I tried to share that thing, it was a disaster.
Hmm. Okay.
That was my biggest beef with the Firefly.
Yeah, I really didn't like it uh, until they added the boost mode. They added the power boosting
Oh
in
yeah.
the app, which was like shit, 3 months or 7 months or something after it came out. It wasn't terribly long, but that made a big difference. Like that basically made my Firefly to go from kind of a tasty vaporizer sometimes if I can do it right. And it was almost like a Magic Flight launch box type of like real slow,
Uh-huh.
cup the balls, the interface was so awkward. And yeah, and
I'll never hit it the same again.
you have to stir it. You have to stir it, Jerry. You have to stir it. And if you stir that fucking thing in anywhere where there's moving air, the
Fuck you.
wind will blow the weed out of your bowl for the Firefly too. Like you open that thing in the wind, your weed's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. So you might be able to get 2 hits without stirring. But the power boosting uh, enabled my vape to to the point of combustion. So it gave it enough balls to actually be able to combust if I cupped the balls right and did like the slow cigar tokes to heat my bowl up and then did a slow draw.
You needed it to go to 11, that's all.
Yeah, but even though I loved the vapor, it was so tasty. I hated maintaining it because I'd have to clean the thing every like 3 bowls. Like every time I'd have to charge it, I'd have to deal with the because it fucking howled like a thing. It squealed when I was on the charger. So cleaning it so frequently and dealing with that little screen in the mouthpiece and never being able to use it outside made me not like the Firefly. Like I'd never reached for it. Like sometimes if I would get a really unique strain that tasted crazy and I wanted to taste it in like a few different vapes, I might reach for the Firefly too, and also put it in like the Dynavap and put it in the a riser just to compare it in a few different vapes. But very rarely would I ever reach for the Firefly too.
Yeah. I would hit it up for a taste test because it really does taste good.
It's tasty.
Um, I thought it was real good for extracts.
It was just a messy bitch with
Yeah,
packs.
but what isn't really? I mean, that's just the nature of extracts. You put them things on anything, it's gonna get nasty. I mean, you ever look at the inside of one of these fucking, well, this one's clean as a whistle, of course, because I'm using different ones, but the sayonaras, those lids on the inside get nasty. And oh man, I gotta show you this, man. Um, I took a picture of the top of the cylinder of the filling chamber for my volcano.
The
'Cause I had
Rio's
to,
not a messy bitch. With that
mine's got some shit in it. This was the
turd.
that was the inside of my top of the cylinder on the inside of my filling chamber for my volcano.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, I had a good time cleaning that nasty shit off. So I don't recommend that, by the way. I don't know how that fucking happened. I don't use any extracts in it at all. It's fucking weird. So, anyhow. But I use it a lot. I think it's because I kept the filling chamber on the fucking thing all day long while it's on.
Oh boy.
Are you still hitting that bowl?
I'm about to clean up clean up on the sloppy seconds right now.
All right.
I'm so not used to like the concrete floors.
Oh, are they just straight up concrete or are they like polished slab?
It's just concrete right now. I'm gonna carpet the place.
I was going to say you won't notice it at first, but the wheels from your roll around chair will very gently pulverize the very top of the thing and you'll get little white dust from your concrete.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that already.
Yeah, that's what it is. Your wheels are fucking it up. I had to get the plastic you get for the wood and the carpet. I went and got it for my terrazzo because as soon as I saw that happen, I was like, "Fuck that! I ain't having that happen."
Oh yeah, I'm gonna carpet the place like soon.
That'll be the end of that then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be great. All right, sloppy seconds, cleanup time. What are you hitting? You're hitting your firewood
Yeah,
four.
this thing's putting out a little bit of vapor, man. I put like a half a load in there. I didn't want to grind more weed, but this is doing what I thought it would, man. It's fucking impressive little vape. Did you like the five better than the four? No, you liked the four best. That's why you said the four. So
I like the five, but I ended up using like three bowls only with the five instead of using all five
uh,
of the little bowls, and I think that detracts a few points if I'm being judgy. And I don't like to get too judgy on the artisan vapes. Like I don't like to go out. I don't want to go out of my way and say that I don't like the Firewood 6 compared to the Firewood 5 or the Firewood 4. I mean, when I look at it as like the craftsmanship, it's leagues above the 5 and the 4. It's amazing. The fucking Firewood 6 is amazing, and it's still every bit as powerful as the Firewood 5 and the Firewood 4. I just don't like using it. Like,
uh,
I don't like the little squeeze on-demand interface.
oh,
I don't know why. It's just a. I know this is the personal thing. I don't like it.
how's the hit?
Oh. It is great, and it's got this little door where you open the door, and
Shovel it in.
yeah. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it?
Yeah, you showed it to me once. I've never
Oh,
held
okay.
one, but I've seen you with it.
It's clever as hell because the cover of the weed compartment is also your little poker scooper tool where you can just conveniently poke some weed out of the storage department up the ramp and directly into the bowl. It,
Up the ramp.
it's made out of wood. It's made out
Pretty
of
neat.
wood.
That's pretty neat.
It's amazing. I simply don't like the squeeze thing. That's all.
Squeeze thing. You got spoiled with how well he did the on demand
Yeah.
with the four here. Quite frankly, I think it's funny. It's literally like you don't push anything. You just breathe on it. It does what the fucking the C cell things do. Those little batteries. You just want a vape to work like that. Well, there it is, doing it. That's
Uh,
funny, man.
Nate Nate Bunn has a comment. He says, "Remember when Jerry was drinking water and Troy thought he was vaping on the Hayes Square?"
Yeah, man. Troy's approached that level tonight as well, man. He's working hard for it, man.
I'm trying.
He's trying hard, man.
I'm trying.
It's not for a lack of effort. Uh,
Wanted to make sure that we got you good for your earlier start. You know, said you didn't want to be up until 3 in the morning.
yeah, thank you very much, man. Appreciate that.
Ooh, almost combusted. Gonna go ahead and I didn't combust, but it's tapped out. Are you tapped out, Jerry?
Uh, I mean, I'm gonna vape some more. I'm not going to sleep tapped out. I could hang some more.
All right. Well, let's bust
Okay,
up the
go.
stream. Let's bust up the stream and head to the private Discord Zoom.
Oh, right on, like we did last time when you had me up till 3 in the morning.
Maybe.
That was fun, but we started at 1 that time. So no, that's cool. Yeah, I'd love to jump in there, man. That'd be
Cool.
cool.
Cool. Maybe we'll play some video games tonight.
Ah,
Play some Call of Duty if you're up for
all
that.
right. I'll have to see what's going on with the fam. If they're asleep like normal, then right on. If not, I might check in a little later. We'll see, but I'll get back to it.
Cool.
But I'll
Cool.
let you know anyhow. So right on. So we're gonna sign off here.
Yeah, this is the end of the stream. I don't have any more vapes to hate on or vape companies to hate on, or I don't want to go out of my way to hate. Mostly wanted to bust open why people hate on the packs, and if there's some bonus companies or vapes to talk about, like the Gpen, we explained it. We busted it open, and I think we objectively kept it real.
I will say one thing. Is whenever I get a vape to test, even if it's some cheap piece of shit that I know that, isn't going to be that good, I try to come at it with a what can this vape teach me perspective. Because on the other side of this vape is at least one engineer, if not a team of people, that have put a lot of time and money into getting this just the way it is. And they've thought through a lot of shit. And there are things that I don't ever have to think about. So I think it helps me to kind of. I rarely have negative shit to say about a vape. If I don't have something good to say about a vape, I just don't talk about it. I guess that's being raised in the South or something. So most of the time when I'm typing about a vape, I like it because that's the ones I'm going to talk about. And so that ends up how it works out is uh, it helps me to be a little more positive about a vape when I come at it with that. What can this vape teach me about vaporizing kind of thing? And I learn a lot that way, man. So that's the last thing I wanted to say on the topic.
Nice, nice. Well, thanks for clarifying. Oh man, somebody is grilling with charcoal outside, and I am so proud of them. Damn, damn.
Nice.
All right, Jerry. We will see you next Friday. See you.
Yeah. Thanks, chat. You guys are dope, man. Love you guys.
You guys have
Carrot Dabber.
ideas for content, video content? You can leave a comment here on YouTube or go to the 420 Vape Zone forums and post a thread there if you have some Troy and Jerry ideas for things that we can do that aren't obscene or gonna ruin our marriages.
Right on. Right on.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream because I'm high as shit. Thanks
All
for
right.
watching.
Peace, guys.